Welcome to Quality and Welding Methodology. Welding with SMAW, GMAW as per Welding Society, American Welding Society. Scheduled metal arc welding, SMAW, E6010, E6011, E7011 or 7010 1A. Electrodes are frequently used for welding shielded metal arc, root passing carbon steel pipe. Low hydrogen type electrodes are usually for root pass welding. The SMAW process is not recommended for root pass welding alloy such chromium, molybdenum, steel, stainless steel, nickel or copper alloy because most SMA electrode for these metal are used for the low hydrogen type. Complete joint penetration is difficult to obtain. Purging of SMAW root joint is not done. The turbulence of the defect attempt at shielding the undesirable of root base by sharpening large amount of into the weld negative the effect of the purge. The most common joint design is V groove with a nominal 75-degree groove angle, 1.6 mm root face and 1.6 root opening. To control heat input and prevent excessive root penetration, root reference. .4 mm diameter electrode should be used. Travel speed and weaving technique should be concerned to force the arc on the leading edge of the weld. The root bed may be welded using either an upward or downward or progressive of the horizontal fixed position. Uphill welding usually progresses fewer defects than downhill welding. It should be noted that progression of root pass welding is essential, valuable for qualification of welding procedure is AW code for the welder, both AWS SME code. Therefore, conference to it is necessary used to progression the same different weld with the qualification. When gas metal arc welding process is used, short circuiting arc transfer is usually used on the steel with an open root groove. Welding voltage of 18 to 21 volt, wire feed speed is the vicinity of 150 inch minute, will provide a good starting point in the development of the welding procedure The recommended wire diameter is either 0.8 mm. Progression of vertical weld for root path weld is usually downward. Purging is recommended for stainless steel and lower steel non-ferrous alloy, except aluminum. A V groove designed with a 75-degree groove angle, normal 2.4 root face and a 2.4 volt root opening is recommended. Heat input and travel speed should be controlled to prevent excessive root reinforcement. The arc should keep the inciting edge of the root to ensure complete joint penetration. While welding aluminum, copper, nickel alloy using GMA normally process is to weld the root using GTAW and fill the weld using GMAW. Once the root has been welded, visually inspection is recommended. Therefore, care should be taken to prevent melting through the root when making the second and third layer. Gas purging when using should be maintained at last two additional layers have been welded. Maintaining the purge for two layers is necessary, regardless of which welding process is used. This intermediate layer by the made with the GTAW, SMAW or GMA process. When using the SMAW process, smaller diameter electrode 2.4 should be used. Technique for welding aluminum pipe should be designed around the fundamental characteristics aluminum and the most relevant one. The high melting temperature aluminum oxide, the tenacious attachment of the oxide of the metal is rapid reinforcement of the removal. The high thermal conductivity of aluminum, about 1/2 times the steel. The high fluidity of molten aluminum, the ability of molten aluminum dissolve larger quantity of hydrogen, which when rapid slowly melted causes porosity. Successful techniques have been developed using the gas shielded arc process, GTW, PAW, GMAW, which removes oxide and prevent reformation by shielding the weld pool under the inert gas. They are high energy process so that they permit relative high welding speed to overcome the effect of the high thermal conductivity and the fluidity of the molten weld metal. A joint design consisting of a V group of weld motion had been developed to permit control to the root path to ensure that the sound will be made with the gas shield arc process. Control the porosity is mainly maintained of ensuring through joint cleanliness weld in. Any residual oil, substance, or moisture can cause porosity. For this reason, the pipe and should be carefully cleaned with a solvent just before assembly and wire removal quick oxide just before the welding. The detail of these and other necessary factors are given AWS 10.7 recommended practice for gas shielding welding of aluminum alloy pipe. P group. TikTok. Assortment of gas functions are taught is readily available for welding equipment suppliers. Torch are either air-cooled or water-cooled. For most root path welding and air-cooled torch are educated. The water-cooled torch requires auxiliary water supply. Water-cooled torch should be considered whenever have current are used, such as fill passing in large diameter piping and aluminum or copper welding. Gas nozzles are available various size and configuration, including those long nozzle for reaching into deep groove joint. For most root path welding application, nozzle with 9.5 mm or 12.7 mm orifice diameter should be used. Thank you.